Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Um, so before we start today's lecture, can uh, can anyone tell me who have at least tried or completed the task assigned yesterday? You can raise your hand. Okay, Kushdeep, Harveer, anyone else? I don't expect like it need to be completed. Even though if someone has tried at least, they can let me know. Okay. So yeah, Kushdeep, do you want to share your screen and show it to us? Is it responsive, Kushdeep? Harveer, sorry. Yeah, Harveer. Kushdeep, sorry. Kushdeep, is it responsive? You can show us like how you have done. It's very nice if you. Yeah, it's nice. Later on, like you can. I okay. Yeah, book. It's nice. You can upload it on your GitHub also. Like it will just increase your make your portfolio better. I do request you to upload it on your GitHub. I'll show you how. Not. I'll show you how to do it. Uh, okay. It's nice, Kushdeep. It's really nice. Harvey, do you want to show your screen? Okay. Which can you do one thing? Can you make it on mobile screen? Like how I want to see how you have done with the header. Can you transform it to mobile screen? Just make it click on inspect now. Right click inspect. Where you can see there will be a mobile type of button. Have you used any hamburger menu or anything, or is it just a simple header? When it's shrink, does it gives you off-campus menu bar? So both of you can. Yeah, I'll show you once. So let's suppose. I hope my screen is visible to you all. So let's just take one site. Let me open LinkedIn only. I'll open LinkedIn. So if you go on inspect, you can see you will have this button, right, with the arrow for selections, and here is the responsive button, and from here you can just increase or decrease your responsiveness. Okay. Yeah, just suggestion for you both. You can do one thing. You can add a hamburger menu or a off-campus, off-site, off-canvas menu on your header. Those parts will also available in your Bootstrap library. They are available, so that will make your website better. And you can you upload it on GitHub. You can share it on LinkedIn also, so that these things, whenever you are active on GitHub and LinkedIn, it increase your visibility, and you will get noticed easier, and it will be better for your portfolio, and if someone is going to your, these profiles are important as a developer. So obviously someone who is gonna recruit you, they'll visit these sites and they'll see how active you are on these. So we have a graph in our GitHub, right? Like I can see in your GitHub only you have um, on this kind of graph. So you will know how people will know how active you are. uh, I will suggest you, even though you're not working on anything, just upload a project daily, on daily basis. Just do a commit there, or push any type of code, make some changes, like make any changes, repeat the codes again. So you will have this green color throughout your portfolio, and no one would check that if person what this person, how many commits they have done. They won't see this thing. They would just see that this person is actively working on projects and contributing these things. Like I have 189 contribution from last year, since last year. So you can also just be active on these two sites, GitHub, LinkedIn. And if you're learning DSA, do solve daily questions from the of DSA. So the chances when you will sit for your interviews, they will increase your chances and make your profile better, right? So let's move to our next topic. So from the last week, we have been how to upload on LinkedIn. Do one thing, just upload it on GitHub and LinkedIn. So upload your project on GitHub. If you want to make it live, you can use Versal. You can make it live. You can just show your progress like this, like I have done a project. So I just write this thing, the description about the project, anything you want. So in the end, you can just tell them what the project is. Add some images. You have developed a website. You can add the image of the website or make it live. You can make it. You can do a live link there. So I have a link. Okay, it's not attached right now, but okay, I know now. I'll fix it later on. So that's how you will. Uh, you can upload your projects there, even though, like I have shared my website link here. So if someone wants to visit my portfolio, they can just click on this and they will just go there, right? So that's how you can do one thing, upload it, tag me also. I'll share it in within my group. I'll repost it so that it will also increase your chances of visibility. Everyone can do it. I'll surely repost it, right? So let's move to next. I hope this is clear, Khushdeep. All right, perfect. So, so from the last week, we are doing um, how user are building things they can see. Like if you're, we can talk about the front end part, right? So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, they are just something they the person the client can see. But from now on, we'll focus on what's happening behind the curtains. Today, we'll start building our backend. This is the part that users never see. The part decides what data gets sent, who is allowed to see it, and where it is stored, and what happens when someone fills out a form. Whatever happening in the backend. This is the backend development. Like I have in the first tutorial only, I have given some briefs about it. We'll just revise those concepts in 5 minutes. Then we'll move to our Node.js. All right. So, like I told you earlier, also, like think about Instagram. When you open the app, you see the feed, you see post of the people you follow, and whenever you refresh again, it refreshes. And I told you how the data is flowing. So, but your phone doesn't have it stored, right? So it is coming from the servers, and like how our client is browsing on the client is browsing on their phone, then from the phone http request is getting generated, and which is given to the server, that the server that is running 24 hours 7. And when we talk about our Node.js, how Node.js is doing that, so Node.js has a framework, or a middleware, you can say, and I'll talk about middlewares in depth when we'll be doing our Express.js. So Express.js, but in this server, what happening? In this server, the Express.js is receiving a request. So middleware, it means it is receiving like an API. It's receiving and passing on to next. So the Express.js is receiving the request, and Express.js checks whether the user is logged in or logged out. If it's logged in, so it will query all the data from the database, and the post will get followed to the users. And then the database, we have MongoDB in Mon. So for example, Mon has all the users, and from all the users, they have specific links like tables, tables or columns, like users post and what they liked. It gets when someone likes a post, you get shown that this person has liked this post also. So this is all in the database, and that's how they are working concurrently. Then, for just suppose we'll just say we have just logged into our Instagram, we just open the page. What's happening? The MongoDB can say, let's just for the initially, let's just give the person 20 array objects, because this is a J in we in MongoDB, it stores the data inside JSON format. So if it's JSON format, JSON format is always in array of objects. Then again, the server sends an or HTTP request back to the client, and that's how. And the JavaScript, it is the main heart for the interactivity. So JavaScript will receive the feed and render it on our screen, and they are continuously communicating with each other. And this is the cycle you can explain if someone asks. And routing, you have also understood, right, how routing is working out. Like you can see, meet, this is the link, and then we have particular meeting ID which is happening here. So we'll see how the routing is developed inside the Express.js. And authorization, authentication, I think you got authentication, who you are, when you logged into the email, the timings, the password, the backend will check if the user still exists or not, if this is the right password. This all comes under authentication. And then we have authorization. If we talk about authorization, what you are allowed to do, if you are logged in, then inside LinkedIn, sorry, Instagram, then what are you allowed to do? You can't, you have permissions like if someone has followed you or you have followed someone and that person account is private, you can't see their post. That is the authorization we have, right? And when those authorization, the table changes when the person accepts your request, and that person's feed is now in that this thing we call links when we link a table. So this concept is called a relationship between two tables, how they are related to each other. That boundary has been broken by you following that person, then following you back, then that boundary is broken, and then those tables will set a relationship between them, so that you can see their posts, you can see their likes, you can see their stories, and that's how it works. So let's go to Node.js. Have everyone installed Node.js in your PCs? Or if someone have got any issue, you can ask me, I can clear it out. All right. So in the end of this lecture, I'll be making a simple project for the QR code generator, so you can build it alongside me, and then I'll show you how we can upload it to GitHub. Okay. So we'll be learning Node.js. So even JavaScript is, or this library is totally based on JavaScript and same language, but the environment changes. For example, what's happening with JavaScript is running on the browser only. You can't change your internal operating system files using JavaScript. It is completely running on browser. But when we are working with the you have seen some projects like where you are working with your internal systems, you're making changes in your files, you're making changes in your systems, and then Node.js is like running directly in your PCs. And this is only JavaScript. So you can just say JavaScript if it's running inside the browser. Also, JavaScript is running between in the Node.js also. So inside Node.js, we are running these JavaScript code only, but it is running directly into your systems. How we have internal modules, we can create modules. We'll talk about modules. When someone asks you what is the difference between JavaScript and Node.js, you can just see that JavaScript is running on the browser, Node.js is running directly into your systems, and in JavaScript, we have access to DOM, we have access to Windows. In Node.js, we have access to file storage systems, we have local storage systems, operating systems, environment variables, and it can read and write in our internal files only, and gives us the full access and permissions to make changes inside our system. So let's talk about a V8 engine. V8 engine. Sometimes, even though you should know this concept, because sometimes it could be asked in your interviews. So what is PS engine? It is an engine used by Chrome uses a JavaScript engine called V8. Why Chrome uses a JavaScript? Because it is very fast and this compiles JavaScript code faster than any code uh, running inside JavaScript. And because Chrome is using this V8 engine, this makes the JavaScript run fast. This is the same engine which has been used inside Node.js. That's how Node.js is solely independently enough to run our production servers like big corporations and big companies like Netflix, Instagram, LinkedIn. They Netflix, I know about Netflix. Netflix uses Node.js as their JavaScript library because it's very scalable also. In you will learn about scalability when you will be studying about your system designing. And so if someone asks you what is Node.js in one sentence, if someone asks you uh, what is Node.js, you can just say it is a JavaScript runtime that lets a JavaScript run. Yeah, if to the definition, like whatever we are running outside the Java, when we want JavaScript to we want to run JavaScript outside our browser, we can directly use Node.js. Then we have access to our the file systems, networks, and operating systems. So once you install, okay, like we can just see from my terminal, I can see if Node is installed. How we can verify if Node is installed? We can say Node version. So I have Node version. Like when I downloaded the Node, I got this Node. We can see what version we are using. If I can say I want to see npm, we can use npm version. So npm we can use also. So let's see how we can write our first program. So inside it, Node.js, call it basics. Wait, give some space here. Okay. Let's create a file inside it called, name is generic. You can name it anything. By default, someone is learning first, we can write app.js. Let's write console.log. Hello from Node.js. Let's start our terminal. How we will use this? We'll say node. Here files have not. I have not opened these files till now. So terminal cd/cd. Wait a minute. cd backend development cd Node.js basics. Okay, we'll say node app.js. So see how we will write it. Node, then name of the file, node app.js. And what I told you, right? I told you we have access to our files. We can also see what is the version we are using. So console.log, I node version is equals to type it out, process dot, okay, process dot version. So if we type in, okay, we are having, okay, this will not be a function. So node version. So hello from this version, hello node.js version. If I have cleared it out, how you can do it. And what do we want to access our files? We want to access our files. All right, I told you we can, without JavaScript independently can't tell you which files we are using. We, so let's see, current file or current folder. We process dot cwd. This is the command to get our folder information. So current folder function wrapped seed. Okay, this will be a function. Okay, okay, you can see here my current folder is this. I hope this is clear till now how we are, need to use Node.js. So let me just show you how the event loop is working inside it. So what happening is, like, the Node.js is running our code before, uh, like how async code is written inside Node.js, like a single, as you know, the Node.js is single threaded language, right? So it has only one thread, and which one, the main thread for the execution, and it can only produce, it can only run a one process at a time. So how this is working, how in concurrently, how many users can it do it once? So this is the answer is the event loop. That, so let's write, uh, let's, I'll write console.log, we'll say 1, and let's say console.log 2. Okay, so you can see 1 2, you got it, 1 and 2, this how. But before this console, I write a function set timeout, which will be a function, and we'll say console dot log was to see. And after console dot, every time we use set timeout, we need to uh, give a timeout. We'll say 2 seconds. Yeah, 2000 milliseconds. Can anybody tell me what would be the output of this code? What would be output? Don't run it yet if you're working side by side. Just verbally, you can tell me what. Yeah, 1 2 3, right? But the order is 1. The log. Okay, okay. But the order is 1 3 and 2. Why 2 and 3? because we have set a function here which says after 2 seconds print 3, and that's how threading works. This is how Node.js is handling so many tasks at a single time concurrently, because it handled the timer and told the operating system to handle. So first two one is print consoled, then after the next line will be 3, and the Node.js told the operating system, wait, this task is not on a priority basis. We can do it in some other time. Until then, you don't need to wait. You don't need to wait for the process to finish. Like, what if that process would be taking 1 hour? So the Node.js won't stop it, the pending code or the other task. If some task is already running, so it'll just run other task, and once the our timer is finished for the the previous task, it will cover it up and call back the function there. So that's how this is a known this process is called non-blocking input output or non-blocking IO. So when those operating systems, like operating system is finishing our job there, the callbacks which are inside the queue, like this queue is a queue, right? These three are inside a queue. So if I haven't set the timeout, it should have just waited one, then waited 1, 3, and 2. So let's see how our Node.js reads our files. So I haven't told you about these internal modules yet. We'll do it in depth. Just for the time being, that's how we use a module. So we'll make a variable, name it anything. For the file system module, we generate fs for file system, and we'll say require fs. And these are inbuilt modules, and they are already inside these Node.js. Okay. So we'll say console dot log. Say let's say um, before reading. Then we'll read the file. How will we file system? What operation do we want? We want to read it. So read file. Let's say app.js. File we want app.js. Then we want the encoding, right? You can see from here what we want. Encoding. So encoding we always, like I told you, we'll do in UTF, so it will be human readable data. And then we'll write a function. What type of function do we want to do on that file? Console.log. We'll say file read complete it. And let's see, we want some data from its side. So we'll say data. And if some error comes, we'll say we'll put parameter as error also. So files reading completed. What we can say, what is the length of what, how many characters are there? So we can write, let's say we'll write here comma data dot, and how we calculate length inside JavaScript, data dot length. Let's see how it works. It's throwing some error. Hello terminal app.node.js. So see here you can see before reading the file we have nothing, but when the read is file has been read, so it has total of how many characters. This is the length of our whole file, and we can see how many characters we have that in file. So just imagine in a website, imagine 1,000 users are making a request at the same time. So what if each users might want to read from the database? So what hap- what could happen in the with the help of Node.js? Node.js starts all 1,000 database reads at a single time and continues handling their request. What these operations do we want to append? What request? What processes they want? And it never blocks, like if someone else is also using the database, they won't, it not just won't throw an error that it is already in process. They'll make these things work simultaneously. So I told you, like, this is a file system module, right? So let's see what is a module, right? Look, yeah, Harveer, async work here. Node.js. Okay. So a module is nothing. It's just a file. Every JS file in Node.js has its own module, right? Whatever we are writing, if we are creating a new file and it is working on some business logic and its extension is .js, it is automatically we can call it as a module. Like they are isolated from each others. If we, until unless we specify that it needs to be linked with other module, they are solely isolated and they are working independently. Like explicitly, if you want, in Java, in React.js, we create modules, like we create components, we use explicitly, we import them, we export them. So that's how we can do that also, but they are isolated from each other. So there are two types of modules. First one are built-in modules, like built-in modules from docs. You can see uh, see docs, and from docs we have these. These are built-in modules, like OS. Like these are modules which are internally there. We don't need to install them again and again. Once you have initiated our node, they are automatically inside it. So you can learn about a few. We'll do a few if you want, but the important ones we'll do. And then we have uh, third party modules, like the modules that you need to install, right? Like in from we use npm from there, like package manager, node package manager, npm. And from there you can use it, and you can use npm and download it, like npm install anything, any kind of, like you are using course or you're doing any kind of module. And third, we have our own modules. If we want to, we can create it inside our own files and then import across our project, whichever we, if we want, if we require that. So let's if we have, you know we can use const. um we can use path module here. We can use path module. the syntax remains same. We'll be using path, and this is an built-in module for path module. On phones, we have another. We have one important one is OS. So we'll say we require OS. So it is an operating system module. So these modules have built-in functions you can call from inside the Java. Node.js. You can use call the names with their functions and what returning values they are giving, and we are storing it inside a function so that throughout our um, coding or throughout our file, when you are writing code, we don't need to import. We'll just make it a variable that this holds all the module. We can use it from this variable. So let's see about OS module then, right? So this is an OS module, and let's see function. See OS C OS. So what it is doing, like it returns an array of objects containing information about our local CPU, logical CPU core. The array will be empty if no computer CPU information is there in your file system is available. Like this has many properties: models, speed, time. So each method shows you what it does, and when it accepts its parameters and shows the description and parameter their values, right? So that's how it's working, like model, speed, time. So these are some parameters, some functions we can use with OS. So we have OS, and it returns a single identified NDNS of the CPU. Possible values are BEN, BNDN, and US home directory we have, which home directory we have host name. So let's do a few. I So we have many there. So when we have OS type, we have, let's see how OS type works. Let it be here. We'll do one thing. We'll console dot log um, our operating, which is our operating system. Okay, it needs to be inside the curly braces, curly quotes, double quotes. So we'll write from here. We'll say OS type. So let's run it. So my operating system is Darwin. You can check out yours also. Then we have platform also. We can see what platform we are using. So let me just, how we duplicate inside this. I forgot. I remembered. So let's copy it. I'll just say not operating system. It was platform, right? Platform. So I'll say OS dot platform, and here. So OS dot platform. We have platform Darwin. Again, we can see our architecture. So the for architecture it was arc type of something. Oh, it's not arc. Console.log ncr architecture. So again I'll run it. So my architecture is ARM64. What do we want to see our oh, logical CPUs? We want to see our core CPUs. How many core CPUs we are using? Let's see. Console.log core CPUs. CPUs. Let's use this then. Let's see. So it is giving us whole array objects which are the core operating systems, and how many we are using. We can use the length here as always. How whenever we want to find any type of length of inside our JavaScript, we use this. So we use this. We have total 10 core CPUs here, and let uh, this free mem. So this is the amount of the free memory inside our console.log free memory, right? And I'll say this. So I have this number of bytes of free memory. Let's do one more module and then we'll proceed with next. Let me show you another module called path. So these path modules helps us to work with our files and directories, uh, what path they are on, what path they have, and works throughout our operating system. So like this is how we can get it, but now we don't need to write node, right? We have this install it. So we have base name. What is the base name? If we have what file we are working on, base name means let's use. So let me show you how we'll work on it. I'll just comment it this out, and I'll comment this out too. For now, we need to write. We are using these file structures. Okay, we'll specify this. Like we'll say a file path. We don't need to. We don't need to require. We just say this is our file path. So console.log. We'll say what is our full file path. Full path. What is our full path? We just file path here. This is normal. We know we are in this right now. And but if we want to know the name of the directory, console.log, we'll say directory. We have we use our operating the path module path dot. But we want a directory. or no, we want file path. From the file path, we want directory, or we'll use, I don't, maybe, no, file path, then we use dir name, the name of our directory, from what? From our file path. Okay, let's see. Directory we are using is this. It won't include our file, right? Only the directory structure we'll know. Then what if we want to see what at what extension we are on? Sol.log directory, and sorry, not directory. We'll say extension, or wait. So let's do base name first. Let's do base name. So we'll use base name for name path dot base name from what? From our file path. So see, we are using app.js, and what we want to console.log, we want to see extension. Extension we'll use path dot extend X name, yeah, X name. We'll use from file path, and see the extension is .js. The file extension is .js, and what if we want like only the but we want it without our extension. We just want to see app that we want. We just want to name it app only. We don't want it like from extension. We'll say from, see, for base name, you know how we use base name. Base name just gives the name of this file structure. We don't want extension. So how we'll do it? Console.log we'll say file without extension path dot base name from app. But we want finally file path, and see the base name takes two kind of extensions, right? So file path we'll say again from path dot x name of file path. So this will give us the name of the app, right? So that's how our path package works. And there's also file system package. But in 4 minutes I'll just show you how it works. Wait. So we have our, I'll just comment it out then. I'll comment this out. I'll comment this out. We'll be having this only. So we have a file path here. So how we will write a file? So we will use let's say const, or no, for const. Let's see how we can write over a file. We use fs dot what operation we want write file, and what the name you want to give, we'll say my notes dot txt, and inside it will say um hello, are you new file? Let's say our new file, and let's apply some error handling there also, right? We have a function, and we want to throw, let's say, if this is an error, then console.log error, and we'll know what kind of error we are having. Else we'll just return, say, console.log. Like if it's done, we'll say file return successfully. Okay, to say file written successfully, we have it inside our, oh yeah, you can see from here my nodes. So inside this main root, it created a folder, all hello you are you new file. Okay, so in the same way we can read our file from here only. So if we go on app.js, I'll change it to um, read file, and node.js, and what format we want. We want to read in UTF-8, as I always told you, it is human readable. Then error we want to throw in, and what we want to extract is the data from inside the file. So we'll just say return, and um, file content is equals to console.log data from the file, comma. Let's run it. So he file content undefined. So yeah, it read me. So because second argument this has been loaded, that's why it's. So I'll show you how we last we will use it in our QR code project. So the last we have our inbuilt modules. So let me make a new file. Let's say we want to create a module from where we can let's see we have a calculator module, calculator.js, right? So we want to do some functions here. We want to do some function. So we'll add inside. So in addition take two parameters. So what it return a plus b, right? And then we have function subtract. So subtract takes two modules also, a and b, and a minus b will give. Then we have function called multiply. It also takes two more. Multiply a1, there will be one b, return a b. Then we'll be having function divide. A comma B. So you know that we can't divide anything by zero. We'll make a if statement here. If B is divided by zero, zero can't be in the denominator, right? So we'll say show new. This is the part of error handling. We cannot divide anything by zero, as it will just give us an infinity. So else we need to return what? Else we just return A is divided by B. And see, we created a module, but I told you that we need to export it, right? So we want to make it a module. So module dot we want to export it. Export. What functions does it want? Add, subtract. Sorry guys. Multiply, divide. So let's go to our app.js. I'll do this. Let's import that module. So I told you how we import. We'll make a variable called calculator. Then we say we require this module, right? We require from what? We require from calculator.js. So that's the console.log uh, addition. Sorry, addition will be equals to add 1 plus 2. So if we do this, okay, I forgot to yeah, need to calculator dot add, right? Need to extension also, right? What is happening now? So it was addition or something else. This add only. Console.log. Add is not an function. OTP, right? Correct. You see why it's not working. We have 1 plus 2. I've exported everything in this way only. Oh, oh, Why is a common this module? Let me see if it's running on. It's not working. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. So exports, not export. So if I run it now, so addition is undefined. Okay, yeah, I need to add comma here, not add sign. To so its return is missing here. Made some mistakes. I'm sorry. Okay, so answer is -1 here. Uh, Again, let's try with divide console.log and how it gives us an error division. We will say calculator dot divide and let's divide 9 by 0. Let's see what output it will give. So we cannot, it throws an error that we wrote there. We cannot divide anything by 0, right? And the information about the error. And what if we do it 9 divided by 3? So division is 3. So I hope this. Um, let's see what are third-party modules. Um, let's go to npm. So npm, right? npm. You see, from npm, it has millions of built-in libraries you designed for only Node.js, and from there we can just take any library from here, and then the packages will be installed through our uh, npm install and then the name of the package we are using. So it creates every node.js. Whenever we create it, we initiate our project. It gives us an um, like, let's see if we do this npm init, so it will give us a, it will create a module. This utility will walk through creating a package and it only covers. Oh yeah, so we just do this. It will create us a module. You see, so we have package.json. So inside package.json, we have these utilities here. So it will track what is the name of our project, version of our project, description we can write for practice, and like it is important to make a package or JSON. For example, you're making your own npm package, you want it to be delivered there, you want it on the internet, so you just need to write this package or JSON, so the people, when they will install your packages, they'll know what version they are using. It helps us tracking down our package. Okay, um, if you don't want to enter everyone everything, you can just write it here, np in init npm init and hyphen y. So let's work with the package. We'll take an easy package. We'll say chalk. So what chalk does, it will add color to our console output. Like it, we'll have some examples here. If they are available, I'll show you. So that's how bold. If the text is bold, it can be dim. It can be underlined. So that's how it works. And how we can install it. We need to see npm I chalk, and I'll do this. I'll say npm I chalk. So see, dependencies have been installed now. We in installed in dependency. We installed in package called chalk. So our package knows that this chalk is now being used and which version is 5.6.2. And here from also you can see we have a package log.json. So let's use this package. All right. Let's use this package inside our. Let's create a new file. We'll create a new file called color.js. Let's use that package now. Const chalk equals to, we require this module. We require chalk. So you can see we can use this. We can also import it by using this. Usually it can be done from React libraries. So let's see, like console.log. This is also a method. Like we don't need to write console.log again and then we can just write log here. So let's see how this works. So we'll use console.log chalk and we'll use this. Okay, I need to write here only. It's okay. Okay, it's running app.js. We don't want to run app.js. We want color.js to run. Right? Do is not a function. Why? Why blue is not a function? It has been installed, right? The version is right. Chalk is right. Hello world. That's right. Let's make it red. Installed or what? It's there. Chalk is there. I can see. Um, Let me make a new file name. Chalk module. What we'll do, we'll create a file name color.js. Inside, if we open its folder, we'll do this. Okay. CD will chalk module. Okay. Backend. can npm I y npm init. Okay, so our package is done. So we'll install npm install chalk. So chalk is there, node modules are there, and now font. Let's see, our chalk is in chalk version. Don't give wire chalk and just say log chalk. Oh, maybe, but we need to write in scripts also. I guess we need to write a start here. Let's write start here. Um, if it's come, yeah, in scripts we need to write start, and we will say node color.js. Let's see if it works now. Node chalk.js. Module not found. Oh, sorry. Module color.js. No, it's not an object. I don't know why it's happened. Maybe it's deleted or something. Let me take it like this now. Move it like this. Still happens. We'll move to our project. I'll show you, tell you why it's not working. Inside a module. Okay, I'll show you. I'll tell you. Um, we'll see. It's not working. There's one more thing I need to tell you. Whenever we're making a new module, if we want it to be inside, we want this project to be inside our Git GitHub. We need to make a new folder file here, which we call git ignore file. So dot git ignore if we write. So in this file, if we write node, we don't want node modules here because node modules is a very big package, and our um, GitHub will not be able to handle the data. So that whatever files we don't want to be uploaded to GitHub, we need to use this here. And for example, the important files where our keys, API keys are there, we don't want our API keys to get leaked, so we write .env here. .env we write so that in .env we usually store our environment variables in our whatever we are having. Let take let us take 2 minutes 5 minutes break. Yeah, give me 2 minutes and we'll continue with our project. I won't take a long time with your project. Just give me a Yes, yeah, it was the version 5 we are using. It is installing version 5, but it's deprecated, I guess. So that's why it's not working. So some modules have been deprecated. So we've taken a break. Let's start with our simple Node.js project, which is a QR code generator. Okay, I'll make a, I'll make it separately. Okay, I won't use it here. So my mouse and do this. Yes. Okay, if you want, like, okay, we can do project tomorrow. All right. Okay then. It will take just 15 minutes if you want. If it's not okay, then we shall continue tomorrow. Others, you can let me know if you want to do it now or tomorrow. Okay, proceed. Okay, then we'll do it in the starting. It will take just 15 minutes. All right, then. If any doubt from today's lecture, you can wait. You can stay here and ask. Others, you can leave the session.